Yo, yo. All right, my name is Sam. I know y'all can't see me yet, but this is my first TikTok, so please go easy on this journey. But y'all will see me at some point. Anywho, this video is actually dated back to April 26, 2024, and welcome to our childhood house in Aurora, Illinois. I know, I have been documenting this journey and just now I've been able to figure this shit out, but your girl got that depression, sprinkled with some anxiety and some other cool issues mixed into that, so here we go. This house was built in 1915. It's been with the family since the early 60s. My parents took over the house in the early 90s, which, super fun fact, we actually lived up the street before we moved here, but we were robbed, and so my parents said, oh shit, we gotta move, and decided to move just down the street, which I always think is pretty hilarious looking back. Anywho, this house has raised 6 kids, cousins, friends, family, pretty much everyone. We have always had an open door policy, so a lot of people have been through these doors. So it's seen a shit ton of love, but also a shit ton of hardship. I left this house at the age of 18. I went to college and have lived in 2 different cities. So I'm currently actually in Chicago. But life will definitely toss some interesting things at you, so here we are. After being gone for 15 years, it's time for some inner child healing bullshit. So anywho, my parents separated back in 2008, 2009. My mom currently lives here with a friend. So you're probably wondering, what am I doing, right? My lease is up in Chicago in summer of 2025. But since this house has 3 decades worth of crap, that is a lot to sort through and a lot of time. So I'm just kind of working in stages, knocking shit out, so when spring summer comes, the house is good to go with taking it over. Alright, anywho, I got the basement and the rest of the house inspected in April. So far, nothing too major. Typical issues with an older home. You got your electric, plumbing, heating, cooling, cosmetic issues. But I do have to knock down these basement walls and have the inspector come back to check out the foundation. So those videos will come pretty soon. Anywho, so why am I taking over the house? Well, both my parents deserve an opportunity to let go of the house. You know, trauma is an interesting thing, and each parent is holding on to a chapter that no longer serves them. So anyone that knows us and has been in this house knows that it holds a lot of heavy energy. So much so that people pretty much just stopped visiting. No one felt comfortable hanging out anymore, and for the longest time, we sort of convinced ourselves of just crazy stories, right? Some voodoo shit theories and curses to portals to another world. I don't know, we don't know. But all we know is the house energy is way overdue for a spiritual cleanse, like many, many cleanses. So the goal is to pour love and healing one room at a time and light a shit ton of sage. So my goal is to not only cleanse the shit out of the house, but also to put love back into it. Throughout the years, you know, the house just lost its magic touch. Things go without repair, years of junk pile up, and darkness tends to creep in. So, anywho, I wanted to give it back to what it gave us. I want to heal the house, but also healing myself along the way. I want to get back into having porch nights again, which we were notorious for porch nights. Like friends or family would visit, and we would just be hanging out on the porch, you know, especially on a summer night, just shooting the shit, laughing, having debates, chilling, especially when it rained. Those are the best nights to be on the porch. So I want to be intentional what I do with the house, the space, who comes in it, and heal, create, and protect its energy. So I'm really trying to be intentional with who I surround myself right now during this entire process, which means I gotta set some boundaries, right? So any fears I have, of course, expenses, right, failing, and just change. Change is definitely hard on anyone, no matter who you are. It's just hard, right, to go through some changes. But I'm excited to see my vision come to life, which, side note, I was obsessed with home renovation shows growing up, especially TLC's show Trading Spaces, and for the longest, I wanted to be an interior designer. So I had some ideas up my sleeve, you know, for this place growing up, but if you've seen the show, you know how insane some of the design choices were, so please stop me if I do some dumb shit like that. Now let's go ahead and set some realistic expectations. I have never done this. I have lived in apartments my entire adult life, so I have absolutely no sense of fashion, design, but I do love a good challenge. I'm excited to learn new skills, make mistakes, and fuck around and find out. So here we are, and here we go. Now that I'm done with all the intro, enjoy the rest of the video of the tour of the house and whatever music I attach to it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, peace out.